All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday to you. Welcome to the Knock 'em Dead Comedy Show here on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast, a Facebook page, a YouTube channel. Hey, wherever you're watching from, we appreciate it. We just ask that you share the link on all your socials. Tell everybody you know about all the great shows here on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast, including this one, the Knock 'em Dead. If you're watching on Facebook and you want to stay there, that's cool. But if you'd like to switch over to YouTube, that is where we monitor the comments. Want to hear your name said, want to hear your comments read, want to join in the conversation, want to say hi to the band and everybody, join us on YouTube. Again, that is where we monitor the comments. The Knock 'em Dead Comedy Show coming at you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown. And boy, do we have legends with us today, ladies and gentlemen. It's Monday, so Francesca's here.
Legend.
Hey!
And joining us in the studio, our good friends, one of my favorites, Seconds Out is here, ladies and gentlemen. Seconds Out. We have Joe, we have Frank, and we have Mike or Michael.
I go either way.
You go either way. All right, are we still talking about your name?
Yeah.
Okay, just double check.
Maybe. I don't know.
Wow.
They know. They know by now.
They know.
I'm just going to move over a little bit.
I'm glad everybody got here okay, because the weather is crazy.
Yeah.
You're, what, at least a half hour away normally,
Yeah,
right?
40
45?
minutes.
Where are you? Where are you guys?
I'm out of Malvern, and I got here.
Oh, okay.
I got here in half an hour. But
Get that mic a little closer to you.
all
there.
right, no, I'm out of Malvern. I got
Okay.
here about half an hour.
All right, not too bad. Frank, where are
I'm
you?
in Huntington, and
Oh, that's right,
was
yes.
it was very interesting getting here.
They were Mike, where are you?
Oceanside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So
we
yeah,
did-
that's at least a half hour.
Half
too.
an hour, yeah.
I was driving around this morning, man. There were times I couldn't even see.
Yeah.
And I thought about it. I was like, oh, shit, maybe I should tell them to stay home. Like, I got a little nervous. But everybody's here and everybody's safe.
Yes.
So thank goodness. All right. So we're going to hang out and we're going to talk to the boys. And just so you guys know, Francesca says she has a surprise. I have no idea what's going on here today. I was already told it's not sexual, so I'm a little disappointed.
Wow.
But
Well, is it cake?
is it? Oh, I didn't think of it. Is it food?
Oh, no, I'm so sorry.
You know,
Don't be sorry.
Thank you
It's
very
okay.
much.
Just taking that bucket.
All right, let's get right into this.
Okay, go, let's do it.
Your son was a lot of fun.
I'm glad to hear that.
Absolutely.
We thought so too for at least the first 2 years. No,
That was it, all downhill after that.
no, he's a treat. He's got moxie to step up there on stage. I didn't realize what you guys go through till I watched it.
I always say it all the time. Musicians and comedy, any kind of live performer. I think everybody on the outside thinks, oh, you just go up there and do your thing, or tell it.
So I'm like,
There's a lot of work.
I don't have to write my own material, and
Yeah, but
I can tell if it's good when it sounds like Tony Banks. And he, on the other hand, has to go out to open mics and try this stuff, and he says 80% of it flops.
Yeah.
And he's building some thick skin, which I never.
All right, but
I never did that myself.
But before we went on the air, we were talking about some earlier gigs where you guys felt, that it wasn't up to your standards. So it is.
Sure.
It's the same
Sure.
thing. We all go through those growing pains of making it work. Not writing your own material, granted, but to have that ear to know if it sounds good or not, and just to learn. I mean, Tony Banks' keyboard is not exactly the easiest of keyboards. And then you're still doing the Stones thing, and that's
Sure.
the Rolling Stones are the Rolling Stones for a reason. So to pick up, and same with all you guys. Phil Collins, one of the greatest drummers ever. I mean, I don't think anybody drums like that, man. That's my own personal belief. To pick that up,
I agree.
and then even Mike over there to sing. You sing both eras,
Yeah,
which is
both.
not hard to do. Phil Collins' range is a lot bigger than Gabriel. I know you do other things outside of the band as well. So, so there's a lot of work involved for all of us.
But I think there's one difference. When you're a comedian, you're completely exposed.
Yeah.
Yes, you're up there
On
by
your own.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whereas, for me, more for me than anyone else, I'm behind this shield.
Sure.
I'm separate from pretty much everyone else, which is a blessing and sort of a curse because I'm sort of removed a little bit from the live experience. Sometimes I'll pop out an ear just so I can hear what's going on around me.
Sure.
But, I also have that sort of protective, shield, whereas you guys, it's just you.
Yeah.
So
True.
there is a difference.
Basically.
I understand what you're saying. You're being very gracious, but there is a difference.
But Well, a couple of things. First off, I'm surprised you say that because I always saw the drummer as the guy who has the best view because he's got everything.
Yeah.
Well,
He
when
can
there's a
see
riser-
everything.
When there's a riser, yes. But we
Yeah,
play some
yeah, but even
venues
from the
where,
back, you're the only one that sees the whole thing.
I see a lot.
You know what I mean?
Sometimes I see a lot of asses.
Yeah.
True.
Which, yes, good thing, but still, you know.
And you,
Yeah. Sometimes I turn around and he's just like, look
I
at you
actually, if you
move,
watch
man.
some of the videos, I'm like, so, turn back
Yeah.
around. No, go ahead.
see, well, I would, me being me, I would back up close to the drum set and then and then walk back. That's what I would do. That's what I would do to Frank. But no, so what I was gonna, in seriousness, say, but you guys, like, I know you perform solo sometimes, so you are out there by yourself too. And is that nerve wracking, or is the guitar a good shield?
It used to be like when I started doing it in 2012, when I first started doing just acoustic solo acts, yeah, there was nerves and I'd never really done it before, and my vocals weren't ready for a lot of that because I would do about like 2-3 hours and the next day I couldn't speak.
Yeah, sure.
But then by like the third year, all that was gone, and then I could actually do multiple gigs because I constantly started doing it and started singing every day. And then finding, going through different bands for the past, 10 to 15 years, and then, it just makes you feel like we're going to be doing a theater gig in October that's going to have some over 800 people. And we're just like, and I'm just like, okay. I've never done it before, but I'm just like, okay, I'll be ready for that.
Absolutely,
and
you will.
And it's not going to freak me out.
Right.
So,
right.
because we've done 500 already.
Yeah.
So we're just, and then that was like, okay, I could actually, my heart's not racing. I'm calm doing it.
Nice.
And I like the music that I'm playing.
Yeah,
and
of course.
So.
So I'm not a singer in the band.
Right, but have you
I
ever
wasn't
done-
blessed with a singer's voice?
Yeah.
And some friends of mine take me out, let's go karaoke and such, and I'm kind of like, okay, and such. And they're like, come on, Joe, you're a musician, get up there and sing a song. And I picked a song, and I got up there, and I picked up the mic, and I see my hand going like this. I've been on stage
kidding.
a million times.
Yeah.
But it's just sort of like, it's just me and this little microphone doing something I don't think I'm all that good at.
What'd you sing?
I sang, I think, Touch Me by the Doors.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I had to pick something with a baritone voice.
Right.
There's actually there's some videos I've seen of original acts like very the singer from Steely Dan who did the keyboards.
Donald Fagen, yeah.
There's a video of him doing "Reel in the Years" and he's grabbing the mic and singing it, and you could just. And then there are interviews where he is complete stage fright. No matter how many times he will be as a nervous wreck, even though he's getting through it. But there is a video, I think it was like either the Midnight Special or something like that, where you could see he's shaking while doing a famous song that everyone knows.
Yeah, but the Midnight Special, I mean that was probably around the time the song came out.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm curious to see now if he's still doing that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like he said. Throughout his career, he had that. So I don't know.
Really?
I don't know. In the later years, maybe he's just now used to it. But
that really surprises me.
They were famous for not touring during their early days.
Right.
And I wonder if
that could be a reason.
instrumental.
And they had a singer originally who they dumped, and then Fagen took over.
Oh yeah.
Wow, their original. I don't know if the original, but the classic lineup with Skunk Baxter and all that. Denny Diaz.
Denny Diaz was the guitar player.
Yeah, Hicksville man. That's
Yeah.
Hicksville guy.
Yeah.
So our proud Hicksville lineage.
Wasn't
Billy
Michael
Joel.
McDonald with them for a while?
He was like a session guy.
Yes, yeah.
He was singing backup. You can hear his voice.
And Peg.
Sure.
Yeah.
But he did actually tour with them a little bit.
Yeah.
Back in those early days.
Okay.
You can hear soundboard concerts on YouTube of him with them back then.
6
Yeah.
Degrees of Michael McDonald.
Oh yeah, he's everywhere.
Yeah.
He's everywhere.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that Yacht Rock documentary?
Of course.
Yeah, and that was the best part. Was at the end. Did you see this?
I've seen parts of it. I haven't seen the whole thing. So.
Did you see the end?
I don't think I didn't see
Oh,
the
with
ending.
Fagan?
Yeah. All right, I'll leave it at that. I won't.
Okay.
I won't
Okay.
You gotta
spoil it
watch
for you.
Just watch
Does
the
that have to
end.
do with the guy with Steely Dan? Or
It's they called the one of the guys who's doing the documentary called Fagan.
okay, I
So you
think
gotta
I know.
watch.
I've heard it and seen parts of that where he's just like no, because he.
Well, he doesn't say no.
He doesn't like the term yacht rock. Was it?
Yeah.
that was
He using very colorful language, which we
Yes.
will
Right.
not say on
Well,
the
we-
air here.
we
because
can.
of family.
Yeah, see,
We can't. No, I didn't want to give the.
We're
I
not
just didn't want
talking
to
monsters.
give it away.
yes. Spoiler alert! If anybody.
Yeah. Okay. So So we're promoting Thursday night. These guys are playing at my father's place in Roslyn. A great place to see a show and a great band. It's just going to be a great night. So, hopefully I can get there. But either way, going to be a great night.
Did you ever go to the old My Father's Place, the original one?
I am not that old, but...
Boy,
Yeah.
you missed an era. It was a dive-ish. It was a rock and
But
roll club.
everybody played there.
Everybody played there.
Yep.
But it wasn't CBGB, but it was
Long Island's version,
pretty edgy,
Yeah.
and such. And now you can have a nice, beef bourguignon. You can order up cocktails.
Yeah.
So they've, as we've matured.
Yeah.
they've
And it's
adapted.
now it's housed in a nice fancy hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely not. But Epi's still hanging around, which is
Yeah,
cool.
he's still hanging around. Yeah.
He's fun, man. He's a trip.
I love listening to him. When I talk to him on the phone, I literally will just ask a question and sit back and allow him just to just
hold forth.
flow. And the way he speaks and just the sing-song kind of pattern, I'll just sit there and love every minute of it.
Yep.
Hopefully he'll be there. I think he's having a procedure done himself.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Thursday, but
I hope he's all right.
yeah, I love, just real good guy. I wish I'd known him longer, but I got to know him last year when we booked the gig, and I didn't really have to sell him that hard on it. And he was like, "Okay, you guys are in." I'm like, "All right."
Oh yeah, he seems to be up for
yeah.
anything. That guy, he's great. I'm sure he's concerned about ticket sales, but that's not his first question, which is refreshing, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people just, I don't care what you do, just tell me about your following.
Yeah, actually, he's been great because I'm the one that's concerned about ticket sales because,
Yeah, right.
in the band, since I'm on the computer, that's my job. So I'm on the computer all the time. I do a lot of the bookings, and I'm always asking questions like, "How are sales going?" And he's like, "You're fine. You're
Right.
fine. Don't worry." And we sold out last time. So
Right.
if all of you show up that are watching, we'll sell out again. If not, then we'll be sad.
Thursday night.
Yeah,
This Thursday.
Thursday night.
This Thursday. Are you? Correct me. I think the last time you guys were here, did you tell me you're not doing solo work anymore? You're just sticking to Genesis now?
Well, that's me. Right now. I'm just focusing on. I have something in the works. We'll see if it gets off the ground, but if it doesn't, it's fine.
Okay.
I think Tony's question is about Peter Gabriel, Phil Collins. So
Oh yeah, I was about to say I have no
I
idea
will
what
not be
he just
touring with
said.
Peter Gabriel. Thank you for asking. Good night, everyone.
Oh, so you were referring to projects outside.
Outside,
oh,
yeah,
Right.
that's what
Okay.
Are we seeing other people?
Details matter, Tony. Come on, you've been doing this for a while, for God's sake.
Joe knew what I meant.
Well, he's smart.
I'm just
an
come this
idiot.
closer.
We're thinking about some solos in the fall. There's a couple of Peter ones that we were throwing around. Specifically, Big Time was one.
Oh, nice.
Sledgehammer was another,
Sure.
and then maybe Shock the Monkey. But
Okay.
we're trying to figure if we want to do that or not. So.
But you had. But am I correct though? You were doing some, but you
Yeah.
stopped. Right. You're just sticking to the band.
We'll pop them in
lately?
once in a while for
if
encores.
we know
Okay.
if we could feel the crowd out and we're like,
Sure.
oh, they probably like to hear "Take Me Home." Let's
Okay.
do that. And so
Sure.
we did that the last
Yeah.
time
It's
last
a nice,
in
it's
Jersey.
nice
we did
close
that.
to leaves everybody on it.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't think the people mind. Right. They're happy with the solo work. I would
Yeah,
think.
there's one or two other Genesis tributes that do more of the solo stuff, and we're trying to, carve out a different niche. But
Right.
once in a while, we will.
Yeah, every once in a while.
I just need to point out it's Genesis.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
All right.
Not
Go ahead. Tell
genius.
what.
Not genius.
That's what she said to me before you guys got here. I love their music. I love Genius.
Oh,
I'm like, I mean,
Do
Genesis.
you mean Genesis?
Most certainly not us.
that's still a good band name, Genius.
Yeah, like
Yeah, right.
I like that one.
The
the
Genius
stroke
of Genesis.
Well,
Yeah.
Do you now? You mentioned other bands. So you keep tabs on other Genesis or Genesis related bands?
Well, myself and Al, who I wish he was here today because he's very, very much into. Well, Joe and Al are very similar in a lot of ways. They're very analytical. You give them an Excel spreadsheet, and correct me if I'm wrong. I know with Al this is the case. He loves his Excel. He'll just sit there and, I made a cell for this and this and this and this. And I'm like, cool, nice colors. You know, but yeah, Al does most of the tracking. However, I will track if for more nefarious reasons because we're sort of in competition with one or two other tributes, and one in particular that I'm looking to maybe usurp. Oh. But that's me because I have that overlord sort of mentality, I guess.
So when you say usurp, you mean like take them out and like make them disappear?
Well, I mean, I do have shovels.
Crush them and hear them cry.
Wow!
Listen to their lamentations.
Because I did see that there is another one playing very soon in the area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I won't mention the name, but when we played my father's place. They had played there previously a few months before us, and we outsold them. We doubled we sold out, and they did not. So,
wow!
That sort of lit a fire under my butt to, want to really. But and for no other reason, I'm sure they're wonderful people, but it's not that competitive sort of thing.
Right.
These guys, I don't think share the same sentiment as myself.
Yeah,
so
I mean, probably every tribute band. There's like 3 or 4 Pink Floyd bands in Long Island. They probably street fight all the time.
300 or 400.
The 300 or 400.
Well,
Yeah,
there's
so many.
I think 50,000 Billy
Yeah.
Joel bands.
Yeah.
on
Oh,
Long
yeah.
Island.
Oh yeah.
Just Long Island alone.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty good, like being in a Genesis tribute band because it's like around. Like I actually, I don't want to trust Google a lot, but I wrote how many Genesis tribute bands are around like the Northeast coast, and it says 4 or 5 like known that are traveling, and I'm like, okay, how many Pink Floyd tribute bands? And I gave like well over a dozen to like 50.
Wow.
It's crazy.
I guess it just depends on who wants to play what, but there's other tribute bands that there's not many, and then there's like Fleetwood Mac tribute bands are probably everywhere.
Yeah.
And probably Tom Petty, and then like I said, Billy Joel would be another one.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
The size of your market will kind of dictate some of that. So Genesis was not, or during their radio days, everybody liked them, but for the full gamut of Genesis, like we cover it, it's a more smaller market. Let's say.
That's the
It's a certain taste. You want to. We have very much a listening audience, and we want that. We have audience members who are sitting there hanging on every note for us, as opposed to the other band I play in. Everyone's hoisting a beer. It's like, hey, that's a cool song, and let me go back to my conversation and drink my beer.
Yeah, it's true. Except I would say, except for the '80s when Genesis and Phil Collins was huge. Prior to that was their audience. It was a listening audience.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you get a lot of? I always talk about when I have tribute bands in here. I always talk about the Beatle fans. They're freaks. I love the Beatles, but I can't stand those people that show up in their Sgt. Pepper outfits and say, "Oh, that note, they changed that note," or "This song was 3 seconds longer." Like, I hate that.
I think
that's
keeps us on our toes. I
Yeah?
love those guys that are just there wearing like a trick of the tail shirt. I'm like, that guy gets it, and then he'll be like, and they'll come up and we don't really get too many of those people. Like, you missed a couple notes there in the tone of Tony Banks's, like we don't normally get too much of that, but like we normally just get the wild, Genesis fans that are just like hanging, like what Joe just said.
You're playing it, and you're playing it well.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's good.
And I'm not knocking Rail, the one tribute band.
You weren't going to say that name.
Oh, well.
No, you can say, I don't care.
Yeah, I'm not knocking them, but at least the lead singer, he does all the theatrics that Peter Gabriel used to do.
Which is fine.
I loved it, personally. I mean, that's not what you guys do. You're not impersonating, for lack of a better word.
No.
You're just playing the music, so to me, they're almost like two different things,
I mean, musically, they're just as good. They just try to tend more of the Peter stuff and the solo Peter stuff and the more of the theatrics. While, like you said, we are doing running the whole gamut from 1970 to 92, and just trying to hit all the marks without being completely theatrical like Peter, or the only theatrics I probably do is the tambourine dance from I Know What I Like, and that's
so fun.
That's as close as
great,
I've gotten to that. So and I try to be as charismatic as possible to like just get the people going.
But that's the thing. Like, it's not. Rail does it. They pull it off with the
Yeah.
theatrics. But a lot of bands, Genesis, Beatles, whatever, they try to do that.
Yeah.
And it, in my opinion, it doesn't work a lot.
The only other Genesis band that does it to a T is the Musical Box up in Canada.
But they know how.
And their
And
right,
they-
their whole.
But
yeah.
they're just completely different level. Where the actual Genesis knows them and has given them props to use
Right.
on.
Well, I
on
think
their
Phil
stage.
Collins actually said they play it better than we do.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean,
And
there's a
they
video.
do. They're amazing.
I mean,
he
there's a-
sat in with them once, didn't
Yeah,
he?
once
Yes, he did.
he came in doing
did,
the actual Musical Box song in like late 2000. He came in and just done a song with them, and it's recorded.
His son Simon sit in with them for
Yeah, I think he did.
For Supper's Ready. I think
Something,
he
the
did.
yeah,
Apocalypse in 9/8 part in the Supper's
Yeah,
Ready. It's
yeah,
either
yeah.
them or.
And they're not doing
Kinetics.
and they're not doing the Peter stuff this year. They're doing a whole Phil Collins tour, which is I've never. I mean, they've done it a very long time ago, and now they're bringing it back. They're doing 75 to 80.
Oh, wow.
And they're bringing and they're trying to replicate I think it was called the Mirrors tour, where they had giant mirrors on the top and then lights hitting the mirrors in certain directions and stuff.
Oh, wow.
So that's what they're replicating this year. Normally they always replicating the Peter years, but this year it's a little different.
Wow. Are they coming around?
Not around here. I was hoping I saw Patchwork Theater. I'm like, oh, it's like in Arizona. I'm like, damn it. So.
There's a Patchwork
There's
in
a
there.
Patchwork Theater somewhere in a different state that
that's
they're
funny.
playing. I thought it was going to be in Long Island.
Yeah.
I would definitely wanted to see that.
Yeah,
but
we saw
they're not.
them.
Yeah, I remember all
3
you
years
guys
ago?
went together, yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. They were doing the '73 tour,
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
where he had the shaved little
We
fake
were, we were all
reverse Hulk.
fangirling.
Well, we had a meet and greet with them afterwards.
Yeah, I was
we
about-
were signed
yeah.
up
They
for
were
that.
really great guys.
And I was kind of like, expecting like the crossed arms, looking like, oh, you're in a tribute band too? That's cute. That's
you
cute.
got a cute little band. Yeah.
And instead, they were kind of like, I was talking to the keyboard player. We're talking about equipment and what do you use for this and how do you get that sound and the whole thing. And
Nice.
His
they were
name's
just
Ian,
so
I think.
open and
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
nice.
that's
Nice
nice.
that people with good hearts are in it.
Lovely
Yeah,
people.
absolutely.
Not that we're anywhere like a threat to them.
No.
They're worldwide. You know.
Well, you guys, you're not doing so bad, right?
I mean, we
you've
are
been
going
all
to be
over.
playing in the same theater they're playing in February. Like,
Oh,
we're playing in
okay.
October. They're playing, and we're like, and I was like, oh, wow, that's kind of wild that we're playing.
Yeah.
Like, we're getting up to that point. So.
Right. And you're slowly kind of getting further out, too, right?
Well, yeah, we're within reason. You know, where if the money, if the the accommodations are good, we will go a little further out. But we're not interested in. First of all, we have a very strict 2 shows a month. We try to keep the 2 shows a month.
Oh, okay.
We have families that apparently want us around. So why?
Families. Wow.
Yeah, families. But
Kids are
it's-
overrated.
It kind of works for us in the sense that instead of us promoting every, we're playing here tomorrow, we're playing here. It's like every show that we do is an event. So
Okay.
it kind of adds a little more, in my opinion, a little more importance to each show.
Okay.
And that's how we sort of, when we pitch venues, that's how we pitch it to them.
Sure.
And so far, it's been successful. We've been landing some pretty nice places.
Yeah.
And
That's like, leaving them wanting more.
Yeah.
yeah,
And I think it keeps our enthusiasm level up higher. It doesn't
Sure.
become like, okay, here we go again, playing that set list,
Yeah.
In fact, it's like, it's an event for me too.
Sure, yeah.
Here's a new place.
There's a lot. Yeah, I agree. A lot to be said for that, and it keeps the stress like to a minimum. Because I know Joe's retired, but we're still working. And,
Right, yeah.
Al is running a law firm, so for us to be out every week would be very stressful.
Sure.
So we try keeping it within drivable distance too, because
Okay.
when you start have to fly places, that changes your equipment game
Right.
dramatically.
Well, that would be a nice position to be in. Say, yeah, all right, I'll fly out, have this kind of keyboard ready and waiting for me, have this kind of drum set.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine,
Well, that would-
that's
that would be
attainable,
great,
in my
yeah.
opinion, for you guys.
Well, we'll see. We're hoping. I think we have some very good, strong showings, especially at the Riviera.
Yeah.
Which
That's
is
the place
a-
we were talking about. It's
Yeah, that's an
up in
1,100 seat
Buffalo.
theater.
Oh, okay.
We
Nice.
pre-sold over 800 so far.
Wow.
So we're hoping to sell that out. Then what I do, as since I do the marketing, is I use that as leverage to book other theaters, same size, maybe a little smaller, but around
Sure.
that. So
Right.
we're I haven't even done any promotion yet. So as soon as we start promoting that, hopefully we'll sell it out.
Where's the furthest you've gone so far?
I think Fort Hill would be the.
Rochester.
Rochester.
Tonawanda?
Rochester.
Yeah, North Tonawanda. Yeah.
Well,
By
that will be
Rochester.
the.
That will be,
furthest.
yeah.
Yeah, that's 500 miles away.
Where's Fort Hill?
Fort Hill is
What's
near
it?
Rochester.
Near Rochester, right?
So
okay.
Canandaigua. So
Canandaigua. I
That's
know.
about
Another Indian name. I know
3
that.
something. You know.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Before that was Maynard, maybe. That was.
Well,
before-
Boston, I think, was.
Yeah, the Boston
Yeah.
area was.
And then we got New Hampshire coming up. We got a lot of nice little,
That's great.
all like quirky little theaters.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of fits our demo and all seated.
Right.
And then we try to make an event when we're playing back in Long Island, but we spread it apart like 3-4 months about. So
Yeah.
that's about how we do it. But yeah, we're playing more out of Long Island because as we probably said before, how oversaturated tribute bands and cover bands are in Long Island. There's
yeah.
so many.
Yep. Oh, it's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it's crazy.
Yeah, which is not a complaint. It's just a fact of, matter of
yeah,
fact.
right.
And-
Yeah, it is what it is. So.
Right,
Yeah.
right now it's beach bar season, and last Friday I played a show at Emporium in Patchogue,
Yep.
Right.
which has to hold at least 1,000 people, and we had about 20 people there, which is so a little demoralizing.
Indoor venues during
Yeah.
the summer. Thankfully, my father's place is going well, but indoor venues, as you know, Long Island, if the weather's nice, forget it. You're not. you're
Yep.
not
Oh,
doing
even here, yeah. They're, normally Thursdays through Sundays is when they're open. And a lot of times Thursdays and Sundays during the summer, they don't even bother.
Yeah.
It's outdoor time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to get back to what you answered before, even though I didn't ask it, outside projects, like the band, like Genesis, they did a lot of outside stuff. You guys have all of other projects going on. You have Let It Bleed,
Sure. Yep.
right?
Yep.
They're still out there doing
Still
your
out
thing,
there.
right?
Yep.
They're great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
I've
have-
seen them a couple times. They're great.
Thank you. Yeah, we have a good time with it too, and it's a whole different head. I've always said it's trying to be an American playing an English guy trying to sound like an American. But I grew up on classical music, and there was jazz and show tunes and things around the house, and that's what I did when I was young. So when progressive rock showed up in the early '70s, I was kind of like, I found my music. This is so great and such. And I didn't really work on a lot of those blues stylings and things like that. So, and I learned to play them well enough because you play rock and roll bands, you got to do some of that. But,
Oh, yeah.
But when I got into the Stones band, it was kind of like, okay, let's put my head down on some of this and get the feel right. And it's a feel thing very much.
Oh, yeah, that's the Stones. I wouldn't say they're, world-class musicians. It's all a groove and a feel.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And a sound,
Yeah, and great songs, of course.
of course.
And Mike, you got Carbon Copy, is that correct?
Yeah. Yep. We have Carbon Copy. That's it's just a regular cover band that just does any kind of genre, any decade. And in this summer we've been doing a lot of the certain festivals. Around Rockville Center. The Oceanside has one called St. Anthony's Feast, doing feasts and festivals, and we play out east at Long Island Farm Brewery. They have a bunch of farm festivals as well.
Right,
So there's
yeah.
like the Honey Festival, Sunflower Festival. We do all these kinds of events, where people just like walking around, just and then they go to like get a food truck and stuff
Yeah,
like that. So,
sure.
but then we also hit a couple of smaller little bar restaurant gigs as well.
And is the band? All I saw is it you and another guy, or is there a full band?
4 people.
Oh, there is. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do guitar and sometimes keyboards. I'll bring it out, and then vocals, and then just regular another guitar, bass player, and the drummer, and then we sometimes have to swap a few people if they can't make it, and then, just a normal cover band that's hitting. We do. We've been doing a lot more. We're trying to hit different genres. So if we're out east at like a farm festival, we'll be doing a couple country songs, like a block of country, block of classic rock, a block of '90s songs. So we try to hit like certain areas and stuff like that.
Okay.
So
And the playing with bands and being from Oceanside. Let's talk about what a pain in the ass Chris Sherrod is.
Chris
Sherrod?
Sherrod.
Oh, I looked on Facebook. You're friends with him. He lives in Oceanside, and he's in Track 9 band. Does that help?
Oh yeah, yes.
Chris and his wife.
Yeah.
He's a good buddy of mine.
He's a guy. I've seen them a couple of times. I think the last time I saw them, maybe Cabo, in Rockville Center. We're always hitting the. It was always like a few years back. It was always either Cabo or Casey's Rooftop
or
Sonny's Canal House. Yeah, we both him, his band, and my band are always hitting like those venues and stuff like that. So.
Right. Yeah, he's a good boy, Chris. Yeah. So just like the actual band, you guys have all these outside projects.
Yeah.
And Frank, I know you're probably out of the whole band, you're probably like the biggest Genesis nut.
Well, I don't know. I think
Oh, is that
between
right?
Joe and myself.
Oh, okay.
We've had a couple of early on. We had a couple of. Yeah, I know Genesis better than you.
Oh no, I'm a smaller nut. You've gone the full.
Well,
because I always think about Genesis, like you talk about going back to like the 60s and 70s.
yeah.
And I'll just use the Beatles as an example. Like, a band, like, they were either together or they weren't back then. Like, the Beatles broke up. And you can name almost every band. They broke up and they were done. But then you have Genesis. I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you think of anybody else, but to me, they were the first band that said, okay, we're going to take a break from each other. And they would do other projects, solos and other bands, and and then come back, 2 years later and make another album, do a tour, maybe another one, or they go, like they went back and forth for years, and never broke up until they were in their 60s, maybe even early 60s,
I would
mid
say after
60s.
Peter, when Peter and
Steve
left, then that was more of the case. But before that, like Peter left, he never came back.
and it was like, oh, what are they gonna do? And then Steve left, like, oh, what are they going to do?
Right.
And then they just kept going. And then when it was just Tony, Mike, and Phil, they did 2 albums. They did then there were 3, and then Duke. And they're like, all right, let's do a couple solos and then come back.
Yep.
A couple of solos, come back.
Well, but that's what I mean. So again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they were the first band to do that. You either stopped working together completely or you stayed together. Like maybe the Stones, maybe. I don't know if they were
I can't
doing.
think of what solo stuff are you thinking of though? 'Cause
Well, Mick Jagger did.
Mick Jagger did solo.
He did.
Yeah.
He made some movies here and there,
You
and
gotta
then
walk and don't look back. I mean, it's the case and stuff like that showed
and
up,
then
but,
even didn't Keith Richards have a band in the 70s too?
It didn't register with me. Sorry.
The Bohemians or something?
Oh, the New Bohemians.
New Bohemians.
I bet
Wow,
there
you're
are.
good.
No, I
You're
bet there are a
good.
couple bands like that where they did that, but we just don't know it because
Yeah.
it never worked out.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I
Joe
remember.
Perry Project.
Yeah, like I remember.
Yeah, but he was out. He was officially out of Aerosmith at the
Okay.
time when he did the Joe Perry project.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
But like I remember, there's probably I feel like there was a band that I saw and I'm like, oh, they did a couple solos. I didn't even know. I'm like, well, because never did as well as Genesis did, like with
Right.
Mike and the Mechanics and Phil Solo and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So
Phil Solo did okay, right?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, a little
He sold
bit.
records.
It was he was up there. He was up there.
but I wish other bands prior had, like, what if the Beatles said, you know what, let's take a year or two off and
they still
and
be together?
regroup.
Yeah.
And would they still be together? And then the great music that they would have made together,
Right.
if they kind of followed that landscape, if they followed that plan, maybe every once in a while, John, hey, look, we're sick of Yoko. Go make a solo album. And keep her out of our studio. Whatever. But I thought Genesis kind of did it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's funny you bring up the Beatles. You get these people that like say the Beatles are overrated, but you talk to any musician, one of my influences, the Beatles.
Oh, absolutely.
So how can they be overrated?
Right.
Especially in such a short period of time.
Stupid
if you
people
listen
say
to
that.
How their music sort of evolved from where it started to where it ended. I wanted to hear more after.
Right.
And it all broke ground.
And
Oh
all
yeah,
broke
in
ground.
such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
I would consider
6 years.
I would consider Sgt. Pepper's to some extent the prog album.
Okay.
Because especially Day in the Life, we had these movements
Yeah, right.
within the song, which for me that's sort of a proggy thing.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if they stayed together, what would have happened, where they would have gone?
Right.
I do know a couple of people who just not like The Beatles. They are out there.
And you like them? You like these people?
Well,
kidding,
one of them is my guitar player in Carbon Copy.
All right, he's not welcome.
Yeah, but he will play mostly any Beatles song because he knows that people like it. He's like, he'll do what's one we do? We do All My Lovin' and Sorry Standing There, and then on Friday I'm doing bringing back my original band for one last show, and he's gonna play in the band because I think one of the guitar players can't make it. So we're doing our last show on Friday, and he saw the list, and he's going through it, and he's like, and he sees Back in the USSR by the Beatles, and he plays this like, can we do any other Beatles song but that one?
Wow.
Why he thought it was such an awful song. It's like, I'd rather do All My Lovin' or any other Beatles but that one. He's like, what was this? So, that's how.
How old is this guy?
About a year or two older, like 39, 40.
That's
I'm 38, so
he didn't grow up.
Yeah, he didn't grow up. Yeah,
right.
Like
you can't
I didn't
appreciate. I guess.
A lot of people, my age, probably there are people who do, but like there's people who appreciate the late Genesis, like late '80s stuff that are my age, even younger, and we see them like singing. We're like, but these people are all different. So
yeah, but they don't. If they understood the history of it all, I think there'd be more appreciation. Maybe, because they wouldn't be a Genesis. There wouldn't be most bands if it wasn't for the Beatles.
Yeah, that's right.
I think one of. I think Ozzy Osbourne thought Paul McCartney's vocals were the greatest ever, and his scream is what made him want to do stuff like that as well.
Yep.
Look at ELO. I mean,
ELO, yeah.
I mean, if you're thinking about like what could have been, for me personally, that would have been sort of where they may have ended up, like with that sort of more orchestral sort of sound.
ELO and Badfinger, I thought, to me
Badfinger,
were like continuations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Those
great
two
bands.
are really.
I got to see ELO on his last tour.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, what a show! That was.
I love their albums. I remember when the albums would come out. I just love the graphics.
The artwork on that.
That's why I still collect albums. I love. To me, that's the whole thing. Like the music, the liner notes, the artwork. Like to me, it all comes in as one.
70s album covers, just the art of it, including the Genesis stuff. All that,
sure.
From 70 to 80.
Yep.
They were just amazing.
So my daughter collects that. She just collects vinyl.
Really? Yeah.
And she'll sit there and listen to the music. And
If you get a chance, there's an interesting documentary on Hypnosis, the art team who made like all the Pink Floyd album covers and things like that.
Really?
It is really worth watching.
Is it on? Where's that? Netflix?
I think I saw it on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a band that I just bought one of their albums, a vinyl. It just came out this year. I've talked to you about them. They're called the Proto Men.
Yes.
Their album is a full-on painting of like a woman on a building and just a whole neon city, and it looks like it was like fully painted or digitally painted, and not picture or anything AI or anything like that. It looks amazing when it came in. I'm like, this is like an artwork.
Yeah.
And you don't normally get that when
Right.
especially now everyone's streaming. They just kind of see the picture and that's
Right.
it. So
And this this age of AI where everything is done that way.
yeah.
I'm old-fashioned that way. I was recently watching some Superman cartoons from the 40s. It was during World War II, so the Japanese were the bad guys in every cartoon. But
Like Popeye.
yeah, well, that's the thing. Even the old original black and white
Oh my God,
Popeyes,
Popeye.
like
Oh yeah.
the artwork, all done by hand.
Yeah.
It's amazing to me. I know I'm showing my age there, but I'll take that any day over CGI.
I remember when
or AI.
I was young.
I love Popeye. Yeah.
When I was young, I would watch. They always had a Looney Tunes block.
Yeah.
On Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon, but but they were all random short ones. So there was one I see that was like probably was made in the 80s, and I wouldn't know, and it was just not drawn well, and then it would cut to one from the 50s, like Tex Avery, and you're like,
Right.
that's a completely different like artist, and like who was Tex? They would always throw Tex Avery's
Right.
name on there,
Tex
'cause
Avery,
you
Chuck
know you were going to
Jones.
get some gold with Tex Avery.
Well, that was like that with Tom and Jerry. If you remember the old
Oh, yes,
Tom and Jerry,
yes.
they were great.
Yeah.
My favorite
really
was
racist, but great. And then you had the ones where they were kind of friends. It's like-
Right.
And I remember as a kid, I was like, what the fuck is
Yes,
this?
getting
Yeah,
mad.
yeah.
And then eventually they started talking. Like, what is going on here?
Yeah, yeah.
This is wrong.
Yeah.
Damn the
Stop
talkies.
That's great. So I'm going to just talk, you know what I wanted to ask too? Talking about Genesis Nuts. Do you, any of you guys, you like follow the band close? Do you feel you have to? Like be like an expert on the band? You know, like do the fans expect that? Like when they
Maybe.
meet you? Yeah.
I feel we're knowledgeable enough to be able to hold a cogent conversation. We don't really get a lot of super deep dive questions like, what did you think of their 1980 tour and, like Lyceum or blah, 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 or Lyceum, however, or Lyceum, who knows?
I always thought it was Lyceum myself.
Yeah.
Or at
Okay.
least, yeah.
I could be wrong. I have
We
no
don't
idea.
get a lot of that, thankfully.
Yeah.
But we do get a lot of people that just want to talk about them. And that's fine.
Yeah.
That's why we're there.
I feel most of us are knowledgeable of Genesis, but not because we wanted to. I just wanted to make sure, like, we want the people who come see us know that we are knowledgeable. I think we just do it because we want to.
Right, okay.
So, like, I watched a bunch of documentaries, but even before I was part of the band, because I wanted to know about the band.
Yeah, sure.
Like, I was so interested in the Peter Gabriel era, and then going into the Phil era. Just like,
Right.
that's just how I was.
Well,
like,
yeah, and that too, to have so much success with both singers and, how they took a guy that was already in the band and made him the lead singer. Like, it's not your usual story.
It
so
does
it's kind of
help,
interesting.
though, like, to tell a couple of stories on stage. Like, when we did last year at Rochester, and we were replicating the
Six of the Best.
Six of the Best tour when Peter
okay.
came. And so I would throw a couple stories or lines from that, and so people, just because I thought it'd be interesting to do.
Yeah,
Since
sure.
we were promoting, we're doing the Six of the Best set list.
What was that?
So
Right.
Which is the only reunion show that they did with Peter Gabriel.
Right. Which is cool for the people that are coming to see it, because for the ones that are coming to see it that know what you're replicating, that it's those little things that and you
Oh,
see
yeah.
see their faces light up. Oh yeah, I remember that. And they get excited. But yeah, I don't think they're really telling the truth too much.
I have a question.
You have a question? All right, I'll let. Get to that in a second. But I want because even the first time I had them on the show,
Yeah.
Frank called me up to test my Genesis knowledge. So he wouldn't even come on this show
Until
unless he knew.
you were clear.
Yeah, he asked me what my favorite.
Surprisingly
I bet it was a
enough, I
low
have
bar
standards.
test. Yeah.
But I won him over.
Yeah.
I knew
You
my
did.
stuff.
Yeah.
I knew my stuff. Yep.
He does.
You're
He's
I'm excited.
Tony's
But,
amazing.
well, she's not talking music.
I know, I've seen the videos.
Yeah, no, you don't want to see that. Yeah, well, I'm excited because Phil is putting out Face Value with all sorts of bonus tracks.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah. And then, now, do we care about the next Genesis box set that's coming out or no?
That's with Genesis to Revelations, right?
Yeah.
I saw like a clip of
yeah.
them talking.
Yeah.
Peter.
I wanna get it, yeah.
Like, ooh, that's a nice one. That's a
Yeah.
nice one.
Well, even though it's like, that's more of a moody blues
Yeah.
sort of vibe.
Yeah, it
I
is.
It's
still
early
want it.
early Bee Gees.
Yeah.
It looks
vibe,
cool.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, we
It's
we
5
listened to
disc
it.
for an album that nobody knows.
Yeah.
Which I couldn't believe, but I ordered mine.
That makes me more excited of when the Trespass album comes
Yeah.
out.
I think we talked about maybe doing Happy the Man, right?
That, yeah, we were.
We talked
I
about
think there's a couple of those very old ones. We're like, because we do a little bit of the
Am I very
stagnation.
wrong?
And the,
Yeah.
Nice.
I want to do Looking for Someone.
Oh, that would
That
be great.
I think is such a great song.
It is
I,
a great
I
song.
love
and,
Peter's
and,
voice in that.
and Learn the Knife. Do you know?
we did
Oh,
that,
you've
right?
you've done it. That's right. I've
We
seen
did that,
video.
right?
I
That's
totally
like
forgot.
our-
My apologies.
that
our-
or White Mountain.
White
Well,
Mountain.
my daughter loves that song. My 16-year-old loves that song.
Your daughter's. I saw a video. You posted a video not too long ago. She's drumming, kicking ass.
She makes me so angry. She won't practice at all. She'll go to a drum lesson and do the thing and do it well. And I'm like, fuck you. But she plays this song by Fiona Apple, which I can't remember the name of it, but it's like it has this like really cool groove, like in the beginning. She does it, no expression on her face, like okay, going through the shopping list.
Right.
Have you practiced every day? You would.
See, but this is perfect. You were talking before about how you sometimes feel a little disconnected from everything.
Yeah.
Bring her on. She can play 1 or 2 songs. You go to the front and sing.
She will not have it.
She what? She
I
won't
already
play
asked.
out?
She won't. She won't. Yeah,
Or she just won't play with Dad's nerdy band? Which is it?
Yes.
Well, hopefully that'll change. I mean, why
Have I
else?
told you how wonderful you look losing all that weight? Can we move it along now?
I don't think it's nerdy. I'm just saying that's what the kids think.
Genesis used to be
Wait, you brought her
cool.
along to Rudy for you once, right?
What's that?
You brought her to Rudy, to one of the shows
She
to
wrote
Rudy.
it, and she
so-
loved it. When I got pictures of her behind my drum kit, and I want to get her to the point where maybe she'll do the sound check while I'm out front of house.
Oh, that's
to
cool.
hear how
Yeah.
the drums actually sound.
Okay.
But we'll
Yeah.
see.
Nice.
Baby steps.
How many times have you guys seen Genesis or any of their off bands, side projects?
I've only seen Steve Hackett, and that was 2 to 3 years ago.
Okay.
So that was awesome. It was in the city.
He does.
So.
Yeah, he does a lot of.
It was
Genesis stuff.
it was the 40th or 50th anniversary of Foxtrot. So he did a bit of his solo stuff, and then the next half was just all Foxtrot, and then they ended with Firth of Fifth. So
Ah, cool.
it was great.
Nice.
How about you?
My first Genesis concert was the Trick of the Tail tour at the Beacon Theater.
Wow.
Was
That's got to be like 50 years ago. Oh, I totally ousted him. Yeah.
Yeah, we were youngish, and then a bunch
Was
after that.
Bill Bruford in that? Was he touring with them?
For
may-
part of it.
For
For
part
part
of
of
it?
it. Yeah, and then it was Chester.
Yeah. I was just wondering
Yeah.
if you
It
saw him with Bill.
It must
He
have
was
been
there
Bill
for that
because
tour.
I wasn't Chester yet. Yeah.
Yeah. In
But
fact,
we were still so ticked off that Peter Gabriel had left. That we were just kind of barely accepting.
Were you won over by the time the show was over?
Yeah, I mean, I was.
That is a great album, Trick
Yeah.
of the Tail.
Oh yeah, yeah, and they played stuff from the Land.
I like
which,
Joe's
you know,
yeah, it was okay. I mean, I'm just like, you were there at 76.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was okay. I wish Peter was there, but
It was the 70s. We were doing things in the 70s.
Yeah,
that kind of
yeah.
What do you mean?
distracted us from some aspects of the show, you know.
define things.
So I remember they played a show at the Field House of Rockland Community College, 3 years later or something like that. So they're getting pretty big now. You know,
Okay.
we're into like Wind and Wuthering era and such, and they're in this oversized gymnasium with terrible sound, but the Rockland police were not ready for this, and it was like Woodstock descending upon this little town up in Suffern or something like
That's-
that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it was just berserk. It was
Wow.
berserk. But,
That's
Wow.
awesome.
What
I
was
love that.
neat about them too, when Phil took over, is that they were rowdy. Like the crowds were rowdy.
Because Phil was rowdy at times.
Yeah.
Like you watch him in the Elysium tour, he's just like, "All right, everybody." He's just getting them up. He's like, "We're gonna tell us a story."
Yeah.
And it was just like, and then you could hear them back go, "Yeah."
And all the stories somehow became sexual.
Oh yeah. Well, the story of Albert. You know, he was a pervert, yeah, and everyone just like loved every wacky Phil story he would do. And you had a little bit of that with Peter. Peter was a little bit more low, like a little slower, but he would have the same kind of stories, just not as energetic as Phil did.
Oh, I know you watch. I know you're a fan of that the home video. That's where you learned a lot of the.
Yes.
Was it the Mama Tour? Is that what that video was called?
There was the Mama Tour, yeah.
But he was. I mean, I'm convinced that he was coked up, man,
No, he
because
was.
his energy level is off the charts on that video.
But he was.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's admitted it through the years.
Yeah, if you
I
read
didn't know
his
that.
autobiography, he talks
Yeah,
about
I never
his
read it.
addictions.
Oh, okay.
It was mostly alcohol, but
Yeah.
Which is
Well-
great because the Mama Tour, I think his voice was like the best ever
It was the
in the
best.
Mama Tour.
I didn't hear anything.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh, she thought she heard somebody knocking. I don't think so. Yeah, he. I mean, great frontman. I mean, you hear all these other, as far as a singer and the songs, but underrated frontman in my opinion. You talk about great frontmen. He never gets mentioned. I thought he was a tremendous frontman in that band.
Oh,
but-
tremendous frontman and tremendous producer in the 80s.
yeah, right.
You know, he always says, "But I'm a drummer first and
Yes. Yeah.
vocalist later." Like, because he never really wanted to
True.
push that out there. So
Right.
he would like that whole Drumeo YouTube
Yeah.
channel. It's like it says Phil Collins drummer first.
Yeah.
And that's how he always perceived himself.
I didn't like that documentary.
No,
no,
neither
because
did I.
they had to cut out all this. You could hear the drumming of certain. I'm like, I know what that is, but they're not playing the music. They're just
Yeah.
playing the drums of it.
He must have sold the rights because they didn't use any of his music, and even all the pictures were like taken by fans from
Yeah.
like 50,
Yeah.
500 rows back. I was like, what is this?
It was probably like they probably didn't have enough budget or money to
Yeah.
buy rights to certain things, so they had to do it in a
They didn't really talk about
cheap way.
When he was with Brand X, which I really
Yeah.
would like to hear more about.
Sure.
Because he was just goddamn beast.
Who worked harder than him back in the 70s and 80s? He was everywhere.
He was everywhere.
Everywhere. And it's funny you mentioned the addictions. I was just reading about him this morning. Apparently in 2024, he was in intensive care for 7 months.
Yep.
All due to his alcohol addiction. And he said every organ in his body was shutting down. His
Yeah.
family was actually saying goodbye to him. And somehow he made it through. But I was shocked. Like, this poor
He's
bastard.
looking a lot better now. Like if you
Yeah,
look at
he's when he talks, like it's more coherent than it was a few
Yes.
years ago. It's nice to see. I mean, whether it's anybody, Phil Collins or my next door neighbor, it's nice to see somebody rebounding like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's only 75. He's not, he's not over the hill.
No.
So it's nice to see him back, and he's even hinting that there might be more coming. So which would be nice.
It'd be nice to see. His voice is stronger now, so it might be.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, I couldn't believe that 7 months in intensive care, man. That's a,
crazy.
it's a long freaking
maybe he'll
time.
rethink of maybe doing a song or two at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You never know.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting.
I
inducted
know he
this
said
year,
he
yeah.
was not going to do it, but if he's getting better, maybe.
Yeah.
I very reluctantly passed on that last Genesis tour because I didn't really want to see him up there sitting,
too.
sitting
Yeah.
in a chair.
No, I'll tell you,
Yeah.
it was so much better than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Because for that reason, I was like, I seen him in interviews, like, oh, he doesn't sound good, and he's sitting in a chair for the whole show.
Yeah.
I went, I loved it.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where you're there and you're just loving every second of it. I'm sure if I, had a playback the next day, I'd be like, oh, this sounds like shit. But the band was tight.
Right,
Daryl
that's-
Sturmer, you never go wrong with his guitar playing.
Sure.
I like his son drumming. The only thing I don't like about it is he's a carbon copy of Phil. He's
Oh,
just,
yeah.
He's doing exactly what Phil did on the records, which
Right.
is good and bad, And there was one shot they showed it on the big screen. There, I don't remember what song they were doing, but a long part without vocals, right? And Phil's just sitting in his chair. They have a close-up of him on the screen, just watching his son do it, and you can see the proud look on his face.
Yeah,
I thought that was
sure.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
Well, so it's-
That is cool.
Yeah.
I think some drummers are iconic. So you got this whole Rush reunion with Annika Niles stepping into.
Oh, she's
She's
amazing.
And she's amazing, but she's also saying, "I've got to play it the way he played it because that's what the audience wants to hear."
Yeah, but she's throwing in a little bit of her own. No,
Oh yeah, you're
Yeah.
never going to be
There's more
100%.
personality there, I think. Yeah.
yeah, Nick was just completely. He was like a Xerox of his dad, which
Yes and no.
yeah,
So he was 16 at the time, I think, or 17 at the
something
time.
like that. Yeah,
So he was a little. I mean, he played all the songs, correctly, but it was a little more ham-handed than well, Phil had more of that dynamic going on, especially
Okay.
a lot of the ghost notes and everything. Nick didn't. As a young guy, didn't really have that yet. But if
Yeah.
you listen to him now,
Oh yeah, yes, I
but-
agree.
And I kept on, and I understand why he had Nick tour with them, because give his son, but his older son Simon, I still feel would have been a much better fit.
I agree. Actually,
Reunion.
I was actually thinking if the band ever wanted to do something again, that they should get Simon as a singer. Actually,
And if Simon,
He's
is
a very
carbon
talented dude.
copy of his dad, his voice from the '80s.
yeah,
Wow.
yep.
If you listen to he did a cover of "Keep It Dark."
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little distinguishable, but amazing.
It's a good version. I like it.
It's a very good.
And he's done some work with Steve Hackett too.
done some work with
Simon,
Steve
yeah.
Hackett, yeah.
I'm sorry. You said you wanted to ask something. Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I was wondering, what's your favorite type of crowd? What gets you guys going?
For me, a crowd, that listening crowd, who is glued onto every note and loved it, and so we'll get we're fortunate enough to get standing ovations for songs at times in the middle of the concert, you know,
Oh, okay.
and you know, and people who said like, wow, you know, so that energizes me.
Yeah.
I like hearing a little noise during the performance when somebody is doing something really iconic and special. But you know, for the most part, a quieter crowd to me is a win.
Oh, okay.
You know.
So not one that's like dancing, because I'm sure it's different for each one.
Yeah.
Well, truly,
Sure.
yeah.
I mean, I do love that because the sitting crowd that just stares at us is so different than, like with your band Street Fighter or oh no, let it bleed. Sorry about that. Let it
Whoops.
bleed. Don't knock me out after this.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Where the band where they're playing and they're drinking and kind of listening and drinking and all while this band has audience members that are sitting down and just staring at you and just like watching everything you're doing, and that's more exciting in a way. Think like, oh, they're actually paying attention.
Yeah, they care.
But like I will say, if we did have a crowd like let's say if Debonair had more people like the people in the front were just like, oh my god, that would also be quite interesting.
Yeah.
So, and just hearing every once in a while a fan like yelling certain songs in the back where like we did a gig in Boston and we're doing songs and then you'll hear like big fans going like Battle of the Epping Forest and you're like, can't do that yet, but we'll hopefully one day. And there's all certain kinds of different audience members and fans that I love to, but mostly
You love the throwing it all away fans who will do the back and forth with you.
That is probably my favorite one.
Yeah.
What does Phil say? Crowd participation or audience participation. And so like I got the whole throwing it all away live version where he is doing like a kind of like a Freddie Mercury like Day-O. He did like a Ni-Da-Day. That's what he says. And then the crowd, Wembley Stadium just yelling Ni-Da-Day,
Right.
all like after him. So I would do that, and I did it at Rochester and in a couple of theaters, and just hearing the crowd actually replicating that is just insane.
They're invested.
It is.
And they're just invested. So
Would you say that song is like, what is there a song that is like a surefire, this is going to get them like a go-to, Land of Confusion maybe, or?
maybe Mama, but
Mama.
Abacab's strong for getting people on their feet.
But to get the audience almost every time standing for Los Endos is wild.
Oh, really?
We
Los Endos,
we
yeah.
started putting that we put at the end of every some of our gigs, and then we just started doing it in the middle of the second set, not even ending the gig, and people would standing ovation
Lose their
for like a
friggin' minds.
minute.
Really?
It happened twice where people got up and just applauded. And wouldn't stop applauding. I'm like it's insane. That
cool.
one song gets
Wow.
everyone standing up.
Okay.
And we do play that a little bit differently. It's sort of naturally happened where there's like a couple little stops. It's a little bit of a tiny bit of a stop, and then we pick it up again, and people like this. So it just worked out that way. We every time we play, like Mike says, we just get a very
I think
enthusiastic response.
One piece of our secret sauce has been that all of us have played in very different bands. I grew up playing in hard rock bands for whatever
Right.
reason. First band I got into playing on Long Island was playing Deep Purple and Led Zeppelin and all this stuff. So
Nice.
I was a rocker, and these guys, too, have got their rock and roll credentials, and we bring, I think, a lot of that energy and enthusiasm to how we interpret Genesis. So sometimes I listen to these other bands where it sounds like they came out of music school and they're
Yes.
playing it really, really well, but it's falling flat on my ears.
Yep.
It's not pumping. And I
Yes,
think Los
I agree.
Endos is a case where,
Yeah.
we lean into that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, do we ever?
I would get that from different cover bands. Like my cover band, Carbon Copy, we really rock it up. And then I see other cover bands that are doing exactly what we're doing.
Yeah.
But like the tone of the guitars are just not there, and they're just kind of just doing it. And you're like, what is this? Like you're not feeling the music.
Yeah.
And I think that there's certain like with seconds out, like especially Rich, who just really like gives it his all.
Oh my God!
all
Oh,
the time.
he's tremendous. Absolutely.
Isn't he? He's a wonderful guy too.
His tone on the guitar is like always perfect.
Well, that and that to me is another similarity between music and comedy. You have to, if you're flat, it shows and the audience picks up on it. Same thing, with telling a joke. You have to be behind it, even if you know it might not be the greatest joke in the world, but you got to sell it like it is because that's half the battle.
Yeah.
And having the energy behind it too, and not just rote and phoning it in. There's got to be you got to sell it right. So I think that's another similarity. All right, I want to switch gears for a second because I don't want to forget.
Okay.
So you said you have a surprise today,
Yeah.
and I'm very curious to see what's happening here. I have no idea what's happening.
All right. So it's for us all.
Oh, okay.
I already did, but I'll tell you guys.
Drugs.
No.
Oh. I love the polite laugh. Just shut up and let me talk,
Looks
asshole.
like I picked the wrong day
Give
to
it
quit
to me.
sniffing glue.
That's from Airplane.
Oh yeah.
That was her assignment just like a month ago?
Yeah.
She had to watch Airplane
Yeah.
and she loved it.
Yeah.
She
Like the
loved
wrong
it.
night to
How could
quit
you not?
methamphetamine.
A hospital, what is
What
it?
is it?
Hold the man.
Okay, so
All right. So everyone and people who are watching, everybody, the first animal comes to your mind that you would think would be like your spirit animal. So, tell me,
Okay.
what would yours be?
I would go with a dog.
Okay.
No. I guess I'm going with an elephant.
I'm loving me some meerkats.
Okay.
A fox.
All right. Now choose another one.
Choose another one.
Remember which ones you've chose.
All
For your
right.
first.
How many are we doing?
Second.
Should we write these down?
Yeah, let's write
Really?
it down.
Seriously?
There's only 3. But, I have a bad memory, so.
3.
Well, I think we can
Wait,
we can
I
each
just-
remember our three.
I think
Yeah,
that's
okay.
more than
Yeah.
2, right?
Yeah, well, okay, second one. I shouldn't have answered that question.
Second one, a
Second.
gorilla.
A zebra.
Gonna go with an ocelot.
Okay.
Ooh.
I
That's
don't even know what
right.
that is, I don't think.
It's on my synthesizer. I got just the ocelot.
A lynx.
A lynx, okay.
Ooh, look at you, Mr.
Now your
Vince.
third one. Now remember, these, it's what you would think, like,
A roadrunner.
okay.
A giraffe. A giraffe.
A giraffe.
An Australian shepherd.
Okay.
A baboon.
Okay. All right. So, your first one is what you think people would see you as, right? How you think you are.
Okay.
The second one is what people see you as. The third one is your actual inner spirit, like.
According to
one.
who?
So my brother inspires me a lot, and he goes and he does like all these different seminars and everything. And
Ted?
yep,
Ted, who was in here
Stevens.
last week, he
Yep.
was great. Had a great
Yeah.
time with him.
And this really actually impacted me. He came home, and he was like, he did this with me, and I just thought it was really cool. Especially to. So like the first one I picked, if you guys want to know, I picked an elephant.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second one I picked was a gorilla,
Mm-hmm.
which is funny. And because people look at me. and
You're
think
very
I'm
scrappy.
a gorilla. And then third was an eagle.
An eagle.
Yeah. Which Francesca actually means freedom.
Oh.
Okay.
And always been a free spirit, so it was like it impacted me, and I wanted to share, and hopefully it could,
Okay.
Yeah.
So what? So all right, free
But
spirit.
I think it's funny. Who said a baboon?
I did.
Yeah.
I was the third. So that means I'm just like this the whole time. Just
Eating your poop.
Yeah. Or throwing it at people if they don't like how I sing. You suck.
All right. So, all right. Well,
So your first one.
my
was-
first one was a dog, then an ape. Oh, then I'm a road runner. Then I'm a road hopper. Basically, I'm not a road runner. I don't do any kind of running anymore. But okay.
You do.
What?
You run pretty fast outdoor.
I try.
Yeah.
I try. But yeah. All right. And then, what does that make Frank? What was you? You're an Australian
Australian Shepherd.
Yeah.
All right.
Which actually fits.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Joe is. What was your third?
My third was giraffe.
Giraffe.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I like how they move.
That kind of
Austere.
works.
I like how they
See
move.
that?
You know.
Baboons
I
are
can
aggressive,
tell.
though, right?
Seems
No,
awful.
you were your third one was baboon.
Yeah, so I'm aggressive and or just kind of just standing there like this, just looking around, waiting for something to happen, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess so.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Well done.
Do you have a purple ass?
I was about to say that. Is my ass like awful looking? Maybe.
Mike's gonna be home with the
I get
phone.
in there like, do I got shit? It is purple.
I just thought it would be fun.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
That was definitely fun. All right, I'm going to switch gears again. I'm going to go, well, back to music, sort of. I actually have some complaints, and you guys might be able to help me out with this. Friday night, I went to Jones Beach and saw Rod Stewart. Okay?
He's still alive.
He's still alive.
Oh,
okay.
And this is supposedly his last tour, but I think he's 80 or 81, so it might be. Loved the show. It's the first time I ever saw him.
Yeah.
You guys, you've seen him?
Never have.
Oh, okay.
Never
Yeah,
have.
first time. I really enjoyed it. And you know, like we're talking about Genesis, talk about the Who, talk about the Beatles. You think about all these great bands with such a huge catalog, and you see Rod Stewart, like, oh yeah, this one, and then you leave there thinking, oh well, he didn't play this one. Really, like I don't think I realized just the catalog this man has, and it was a great show. Really, really enjoyed it. But my complaint is the venue.
Okay.
Jones Beach, you guys will remember back in the day when it was small,
Yep.
when it was intimate, when it was cheap, before it completely sold out. We almost left before the show even started. They have what used to be the handicap parking, which, so when you get there, it was that parking lot just right outside the theater.
Yeah.
That's all now VIP parking, of course.
Sure.
The handicap parking is 3 rows, down a little bit. So I'm driving through there trying to find a spot. Now again, it's only 3 rows, so that's bullshit in itself.
Yeah.
But then when I couldn't believe that they weren't doing anything about. Let's just say it's 30 spots. I would say at least 10 of them, people had their chairs set up and they're tailgating in spots.
In the VIP
In
section.
in the handicap
In
section.
the handicap section.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I thought that was horrible.
Yeah.
Like, you're blocking handicap people.
Right.
And I'm assuming you're handicapped yourself, so, which is why you're there. So why are you blocking?
Some empathy.
And why is there, like, I remember plenty of places, Shea Stadium, other places, where they used to come down on you for tailgating. The security would chase you away. There was nobody. Nobody chased. It took us 20 minutes to find a spot. We were so mad we almost left. But, yeah, finally somebody had packed up and moved, so we got the spot. But
Live
then-
Nation runs that place, right?
well, now they
Yeah.
own it,
I
right?
have no love for them.
Me neither. And
I
the
don't have much
place-
love for Northwell either, but that's another matter.
Well, yeah, I'm with you there too. Pal. Yeah, I could go on all day on that shit.
But if that was the case, then they should be giving you the VIP
Right.
spot.
Right.
Like you shouldn't be driving around.
I agree 100%. Right,
If
but that's what I mean.
If the handicap
but
spots
how come
are all
nobody's
taken,
even-
you
right.
should automatically get VIP.
But it takes a certain type, a special type of asshole, in my opinion,
yeah.
to just even tailgate in a handicapped spot.
Yeah.
I was floored by that.
Yeah.
And,
Especially
and,
when you see someone driving around
Right.
with a handicap.
and there were
in the
other
park.
people that were trying to park, and they were yelling at those people, and they just turned and continued. I was like, that's messed up,
Yeah,
man.
that's.
But then the venue itself, it's so built up and it's so crowded. I mean, remember when that place was so small? Like now they've added 2 levels, since like I don't know, since the '90s, I guess. I mean, to the point where it's like Giant Stadium or something, where you're like in another state, to see the band.
They should have spent money from that on the coastal flooding problems they have
Yeah,
at the Jones
right.
Beach. Because that venue not only isn't rough for the people who go there, but the people who play there, especially the people who work for the bands.
Yes.
Because of all like not only the traffic, but just the unpredictable weather that can happen at that place. It's
I've seen
insane.
videos.
There's
posted.
I remember there's a YouTube video, a guy about 30 minutes to an hour. He's in a band, and he works with the stagehands of the band.
Right, yeah.
And he just did and he goes to each place he goes, he talks about the venue and like what they had to do to get through it.
Yeah.
And Jones Beach is probably one of the worst ones.
Really?
Because
Right.
of
I think I saw this, right? 'Cause he shows footage of a flood
there's
backstage.
a flooding backstage.
They had to
'cause-
stop loading in or loading
Yeah.
out to wait for the flood
and it's
to
always
dissipate.
such just a hassle. He's like every time we go here, it's
Yep.
always like this.
Yeah. And it used to be such a great, intimate place, the great weather.
Yeah.
And because it's so crowded now, they don't, but they didn't really like accommodate for the bigger crowds now. There's 2 elevators. And, again, they have a level, the 300s, that's super high. Again, feels like another state. 2 elevators. So, and of course, it's Rod Stewart, so everybody is, my age and older. So most people are trying to get to the elevator. I couldn't believe the line for the elevator. I mean, it seemed like the whole place was online for the elevator. I didn't really have a choice but to take the elevator. Thankfully, I missed most of the opening act because I was waiting so long for the elevator. But the opening act was Richard Marx, so I didn't give a shit.
Okay.
Ugh, don't like Richard Marx. No.
I couldn't tell.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, I was like, this really... I don't know. I was just so turned off by the place. A small thing of French fries and 2 bottles of water was, I don't know, like $36 or some shit. I mean, these days you kind of know that you're paying through the the nose for food and whatnot. But I don't know.
Well, the dynamic is also. I mean, I think that's an extension of how the entire dynamic has changed. In the old days, when bands would tour, they were selling albums, so the tours were to support the sales of the album.
Yeah.
But now, because of streaming, people aren't really buying albums, so all the money to be made is through the tours.
Right.
So that's why prices are through the roof.
Yeah.
Concessions are through the roof because you got to pay staffing, you got to pay for permits. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying
No,
I
you
think
bring
that's
up a
what
good
we're
point,
experiencing
though.
now.
Yeah.
And you got places like Live Nation and Northwell that are just continuing the corporatization of music.
Yeah.
And it's eventually one company. It'll be like Demolition Man, where they had the restaurant wars and Taco Bell ended up owning everything.
Right.
It's going to come to that point where one like conglomerate owning all the venues, and they're just going to dictate the pricing.
But that's where a band like Seconds Out comes in, because you're not paying through the nose. You're having a great time seeing great musicians playing great music. We went the very next night to Eisenhower Park to see Desert Highway.
Yeah, sure. Great show, right?
Yeah, great show. And I'm a big Eagles guy, so I was loving every second of it. And you're comfortable, hanging out in the park with your folding chairs and your drinks, and you're hanging out. It took me literally 5 minutes to get out of there.
Right.
Yeah.
Where Jones Beach, it took, almost an hour just to get out of the parking lot. Yeah. It was such a different experience. And yeah, it wasn't really the Eagles. Of course, you really want to see the Eagles, but but to see the Eagles, I don't have a car payment to spare.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
So
I think another piece to it also is that we've all come up economically in the world. Maybe not, I shouldn't say all, but I mean, back when only the 20-somethings were seeing these shows at Madison Square Garden,
Yeah.
you couldn't charge more than $15 for a ticket because we didn't have more than $15
Yeah,
to spend
right.
on a rock and roll ticket.
Yeah.
And now, 40, 50 years later, after having gone through a career and saved our monies, hopefully, and the whole thing, it's
Right,
like,
right.
clearly the market is supporting $1,000 for a ticket.
I don't know how people do it, though. I mean, you're spending your retirement to go see some of these people to get a halfway decent seat. It's insane.
There's enough people out there. I mean, that's just
hate
the
that.
market. I mean, and unfortunately for all the rest of us who won't spend $1,000, it's sort of like, okay, I think I'm going to have to pass on this one. And
Yeah.
so it's become a rarefied thing, whereas before it was very much egalitarian. It was every man.
Yeah.
That's
no,
why
you're absolutely right.
most of these people who can't afford just see tribute bands. Because
Right.
Because either it costs too much, or the band's retiring.
Yeah.
So
And I'm with you, though. I've enjoyed tribute bands sometimes more. I saw almost Queen play at Paramount recently.
yes.
And, I sat there and said, I saw Queen in the Garden. They didn't sound as good. The Garden was, this is 1970s technology. The Garden's very echoey, the whole thing. They didn't sound as good, and I didn't enjoy the show as much as I enjoyed this. And, it would have been better with Freddie up there, for sure.
Right.
But, this was a pleasant night. Get the Lead Out. Amazing Led Zeppelin tribute.
Great, yeah.
They just prioritize getting the sound off the album rather than just being four guys, and they do what it takes. And you sit there saying, this is better than Zeppelin sounded when they played live, because they only had four guys on stage.
I just saw was it Wild Child?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Wild Child, the Doors. Yeah,
Okay.
fantastic, fantastic. And I've seen almost Queen. Yeah, talk about replicating hard stuff. That do Freddie Mercury's voice is just. It's just insane. But
I was interested in them because I remember seeing them when they were just a local act and such, and they were okay-ish. It's nice to hear somebody doing Queen. They were trying the whole thing, and then they disappeared, and all of a sudden came back. And I don't know whether they got a producer or somebody said, "Listen, you can make real money if you do it right."
Yeah,
and they figured out how to do it right.
Have you heard this guy, Mark Martel? Have you heard him?
No.
He, Google him or go on YouTube and just M-A-R-C, Martel.
Okay.
oh yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
This guy, he even looks like Freddie Mercury.
Really?
Yes.
But you close your eyes. I mean, it's freaky.
That guy's been doing that late 2000s,
Yes.
early 2010s. I remember his he just started to pop up on
Right.
YouTube, just doing Freddie Mercury
Yep.
songs, and I'm like, that guy sounds a lot like him. So.
It's scary.
Yeah.
And then they have, like you said, with musical box, like Genesis actually says, go see these. Like, they didn't officially sanction them, but they kind of have. But Queen actually did sanction. They put together the Queen Extravaganza, I think it's called, where it's a band doing Queen songs, but they're endorsed by officially Queen, and this guy is the singer.
Wow.
I'm telling you, you will be blown away. It's scary. It's really scary. But and I forget why I even brought that up. But there you go.
Oh, we're
You
just talking about
mentioned-
tribute bands. Though.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And you mentioned Desert Highway, and
Yeah.
sadly we have to wave goodbye to Desert Highway.
Yeah,
That
this was their last
that
show.
Was their last show.
Yeah.
Larry, the drummer, is moving away and starting life other places and what have you. But
But
boy,
there's
were-
other drummers. I'm surprised they're ending.
But he also sings all the Don Henley stuff. And you want to talk about people who sound like the guy. He nails it.
He does nail it. I wouldn't say he sounds like him, but he does nail it.
Trying to
True,
replace that
okay.
is not easy.
But like you guys, they're not like trying to recreate. They're just playing the songs.
Yeah.
So you can get
You
three
could probably-
guys
they
to
could do
replace the guy.
something, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So
they
I
could
was
do
surprised.
They may. They might.
I mean, they're saying this is it. We're
They've
done.
officially announced
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, but
'cause-
how many times did the Eagles say that?
Yeah, true. Because I am surprised. Because I'm assuming they're making money. So I'm surprised they're like, okay, we're done now.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. I would think that's a big deal for them. All right, all right. But it is time for us to get out of here now. This Thursday night, My Father's Place in Roslyn. Go see Seconds Out. You will not be disappointed. Any new songs being played for the first time? You don't have to tell us what it is.
We're not going to tell you what it is, but we did a poll for this show at my father's
that's
place.
right, you did.
And the fans actually chose our entire set.
The entire set.
The entire set.
Wow.
And we are going to be playing that. And there was a write-in song. We gave an option for a write-in that we're going to be adding to the set.
And so this will be the first time you're doing it.
Correct.
Nice.
That's
Very
cool.
cool.
And it'll either be amazing or
we
it won't. But we're going to be doing it.
We butcher the shit out of it.
You guys
We
say
shall
that
see.
every time you introduce a new one into the set, and
Yeah.
it works
Yeah, first
every
time.
time.
Well,
You guys,
thank you.
absolutely. Good to have you guys on, of course.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you want to push while you're here? Or?
Yeah. My original band El Camino, one last show on Friday at Nunzies in Freeport.
Oh,
There you
nice.
go.
Okay, cool.
And you said original, so it's all
It was,
originals?
no. It's a cover band, but it's my first cover band
Oh,
I've ever
got
been
it.
part of, like starting 2012, and then we kind of died out, and we didn't have a final show. So Friday will be the final show.
Yeah, and it's definitely the final. You guys don't
Yeah,
want to.
yeah. We're all doing different things.
You all hate each other
Yeah,
now?
we despise us. We're like, oh, I gotta do this one last time. God damn it.
All right, let it bleed. Is there anything with that you want to push or anything?
A little quiet right now.
Okay.
A little quiet right now. Watch,
All right.
We'll keep your eyes open for what happens.
Okay.
And stuff.
And how about the son? Is he doing any?
He's still doing open mics. You'll
He is,
find him
okay.
on Tuesdays in the Lizard Lounge or all the places
very
where
nice.
you guys hone your chops.
That's it.
And he's out there writing and honing his chops, and he brings us material when he comes by for dinner and
Cool.
tries
So
it
we
out
can-
on Mom
And he did a
Dad
nice
first.
job in here. Did he came in
was
here?
delighted.
Did a nice job. We had a
it was
good time
great.
with him.
It
Yeah,
was great.
absolutely.
I watched
Thank
that.
you for having him.
Of course.
For supporting
We'll do it again.
rising next
Of course.
generation.
Yeah.
Stereomatic, Al's other band, is playing Saturday at the Nutty
Nice. Okay.
in Farmingdale. And I'm going to be back here actually Friday for the...
Oh, the laugh off.
Yeah, for the Laugh Off.
Right.
Our good friend Michelle Torres is...
Oh, very nice. She made it to the finals.
Yeah, she
Excellent.
made it to the final. She's
Cool.
So if anybody come out, see some great comedians right here. Well, not right here, but a few
In
feet
this
that
building.
way. Yeah, in this building.
And I'm glad I didn't forget. Happy birthday.
Oh,
Right? Wasn't your birthday just last
I
week?
think it was your birthday.
I had one on July 29th.
I went till March, but thank you.
Why do I don't know. I got it from somewhere.
Yeah, we all look the same. I can't
July.
remember.
For some reason, I have July 31st down as your birthday. No.
No, it's in. Well, Al had a birthday.
Oh, is it?
Maybe it was Al.
Maybe it
Oh,
was
all right.
yeah.
Well, happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Al.
All right. Yeah. All right.
You know, horseshoes and hand grenades, Tony.
That's why I bring in people. They make me look good because I don't know what I'm talking about. All right. Time for us to go. Go. Oh, how do they get tickets if they for Thursday?
They can go to myfathersplace.com or they can go to our Facebook page, Seconds Out, and we have a link on the event. We also have a link on our website, secondsouttribute.com/events.
Excellent. Okay. Time for us to go. Today is Monday. We got Steve Squared tonight at 6:30, and I think that's it for today. I'll be back here tomorrow with Diane at 11 o'clock. What's tomorrow? And then, of course, there's Hershey and the Keegs. They were supposed to have filmmaker Ed Burns tomorrow, but he had to postpone. But he is doing it in September sometime with them. And that's what's happening here in Gov's Comedy Club podcast studio. Don't forget Knock 'em Dead Comedy. We got a murder mystery coming up October 30th at, one of the Governor's Clubs. McGuire's, October 30th. McGuire's in Smithtown. It's an 80s themed murder mystery, and it's the night before Halloween, so we're going to have a costume contest. Wear your favorite 80s outfit or any costume you want. We're going to have a costume contest. Also, Governors related, December 12th, Knock 'em Dead Comedy. We're doing a holiday-themed murder mystery, also with a mob theme going on as well. You think Christmas, you think mob. So there you go.
Ho, ho, ho.
That's it. I think she just called me a hoe. That's at the Brokerage in Belmore, December 12th. And what else do we have going on at the clubs here? Olga Namer, Sean Brown, Fat Jay, and Tom Kelly. They're playing the Allegria Hotel Wednesday night in Long Beach. That's brought to you by Governors. Big J Okerson, Friday and Saturday at Governors right here in Levittown. In the Giggle Room Friday night, Pat Dunn, Mike Ellison, Frank Falia, and some guy named John Butera. That's Friday in the Giggle Room. Robert Hansen, psychic medium Robert Hansen, is in the Giggle Room Saturday. Friday and Saturday at the Brokerage, one of my personal favorites, Greg Vaccarello. And J.J. Ramirez is playing Friday and Saturday at McGuire's. But then Saturday at McGuire's is a late show with Billy Geyer and John Butera and Francesca Panebianco. Looking for I need to get there for that. I need to see this.
But it was a hard slow clap.
Nice.
Kind of like from Rudy. With the guy being like, that's what I gave you.
That's a great movie right there. Okay, govs.com, govs.com to go see the full schedule and to make reservations. And that'll do it for us. Once again, Seconds Out. Thank you guys, as always, for coming in. Always have a great time with you guys. And thank you, as always. I'll see you next Monday. Oh, next Monday. Don Sill will be here.
Yay.
Comedian Greg Criticos is coming in, but he's an asshole, so stay away.
Okay.
And I think Jeff Skelzy, I'm joking. And I believe Jeff Skelzy will be joining
All
us.
right, cool.
So that'll be a fun one. There'll be all sorts of disgusting, sweaty men in
I
here with you.
can't wait.
Unlike today.
Yummy.
All right, we're out. See you guys later.
Thanks, Tony. Thanks, everyone.